Hi guys, welcome to the new video of this particular Linux session. So in the today's video, we're gonna discuss like more about mainly the two commands. So let me give you the name of those commands very quickly. So first command we need to use or we gonna see in today's session is mkdir in very detail, like all the options and everything we're gonna see in the today's lecture. Second thing, if the directory is created or the folder is created, how we can remove that particular directory or that folder using the terminal. So with the GUI, as we all know, with the mouse we can delete, but how we can do with the command line. So there is a command called rmdir. So we're gonna discuss more about this command in the today's lecture, and one more command we're gonna discuss in today's lecture is rm. Now, what is the difference between rmdir and rm? I'm gonna show you in the today's demo. Let's move to the terminal quickly. So we are currently in this particular directory, and if we do ls, there is no files, no folders is there in this particular directory. Even though if I do ls-a, so some dot folders are there that is uh, related to some other things, but yeah, as of now, no folders and files are there. Now, as I already told you, if we want to see some manual or some help of the command, we can use mainly the three options are there. So with most of the command, hyphen h is a flag that will work to see the help. If not hyphen h, hyphen help is another option that is gonna work. Just a second. Yeah, so what I'm saying is there are two flags mainly that gonna work with every command, almost every command. So one is the hyphen h, another is hyphen help. If not, for sure, man is the great option to learn any command. Man means manual that we already discussed in the last few videos. So if you want to check manual, or we can say if you want to learn more about any command, then you can use this man command. Man, then the command name you need to give. So that will display how you can use a command, what are the options to use a command, some examples also it will show. So let's see what are the main page of command called mkdir. See, it's telling in the starting, in the synopsis, that first we need to give command, that is mkdir, then we need to give options, then we need to give directory, because make directory or mkdir command normally works with the directory level. And what are the options I can say? So see, hyphen m is there, hyphen p is there, hyphen v verbose is there. So we're gonna see hyphen p also, like no error if existing make parent directory is needed. So what exactly this option will do, we're gonna see. Hyphen v verbose, what this option will gonna do, we can see in the today's lecture. Now if you want to quit this main page or this particular screen and you want to come back to the terminal, then you need to press q. So Q will quit this particular main page, or you can seems like Q will quit that particular book, and we come back to our original page. Now what I do is, in this particular directory there's no file or folder. Let me create something. So if mkdir, we can give directly a folder name, then just a second. Yeah, sorry guys to interrupt in between. Some work is going on at home. That's why I. Yeah, so what I'm saying is we're gonna discuss mostly about the two options and like other things. So one we're gonna discuss is hyphen p option, hyphen v option, multiple option we're gonna see in the mkdir command. Now what does that exactly means? So if you give directly a name after mkdir, that will create a folder with that particular name. Let's say I'm giving the test. So it will create a folder with test. Now let's say you want to create multiple folder togetherly. So what you can do is you can write in together with the mkdir command, like mkdir test1, I want to create test2, I want to create test3. So all of this test1, test2, test3 will also be created. See, it's created. So you can give multiple folders also with mkdir command. So that will create multiple folders. Now what you want is, if you do ls-r, that we already discussed, this command will show you the recursively. That means if any folder resides inside those particular folders, it will also show those folders to us with the -r option. See, so what it's showing is, in the current directory there are four folders: test, test1, test2, test3. But inside test there is nothing, inside test1 there is nothing, inside test2 there is nothing, and inside the test3 there is nothing. So using ls-r we can show. Now what if you want to create folder inside a folder? So let's say if I will go to this particular folder called test1, let me go, or let me go to the test folder only. So if I do ls, there is no folder inside test folder. See, I am at root Linux test, but there is no folder inside this particular test folder. So what if I want to create a folder inside this particular folder? One option is I can run mkdir directly from here. So let's say I am creating folder 1. If I do ls, now folder 1 is there. But what if I want to create from this particular folder? So here the test folder is there, and if I do now ls-r, you can able to see some changes. See, folder 1 is there now in test folder, but what I done is I first moved to the test folder, then I created the folder. What if I want to do from here itself? That means from this current directory itself. Then there is one option that I already told you, that is called -p. So using -p, we can create subdirectories. So let me tell you in the screen. So if we want to create subdirectories, there are mainly two ways. How we can use is mkdir, then this test folder is there, then slash we can use and give subdirectory folder name or subfolder name we can give. This is option 1, using the slash. Now what option 2 is there is you can use -p. Test folder is already there, and you can create subfolder. This is option 2. Now normally we use -p when this particular folder, test folder, is also not there. Then we can use -p option. Now what -p means? -p means it's create a parent structure. Now what parent structure? Why we use a parent structure and why we need to use when that folder is not there? Parent structure is like your dada, then your papa, your papa's brothers, then you, your sister. Like this is a parent hierarchical structure. So let me show it to you. If I do now ls-r, now see the difference in this particular folder. I am gonna create some folders inside this test folder. Now you can see the difference. Now what I'm doing is I'm doing mkdir then test folder because it's already created. Now what I'm doing is I'm creating a subdirectory or the subfolder inside the test folder. So how we can create is I am giving subfolder 1. If I enter and now we'll again do ls-r, see, subfolder 1 is created. Now as I already told you, this is one of the method that with the help of this particular slash, if this test directory already exists, we can create some folder, subfolder inside this particular folder that already exists using this slash. Again, another option too is using the -p. What -p will do is I'm giving that particular test folder that already exists. Now what I'm doing is subfolder 2. See, subfolder 1 and folder 1 is there. As soon as I click on this particular command, it will also create a subdirectories in that particular test folder, because -p checks if that what -p will do. Let me first enter this command and show it to you. So it's created subfolder 2. So that also worked. So why we are using -p? Let me show you the exact use case. So we are doing -p. Then I can say existing folder. We are giving, then new subfolder. So -p will check first this existing folder or the folder name we are giving before this particular slash is exist or not. Now there are two cases, case 1 and case 2. If it's already exist, then it will create subdirectory. Which subdirectory? The name we are giving after this slash. This subdirectory. Create subdirectory with this name. Now case 2 is if folder not exist. Which folder? That we are giving before this particular slash. This slash. If this particular folder we are giving some name, if this is not exist and we are using -p as option, So first it will create that folder, and whatever the name we are giving after slash, that is a subfolder of that particular folder. So first it will create that particular folder that is before slash, and as soon as it created that particular folder, it will also create subfolder. So that is the exact use of -p. So -p will check whatever the name of folder we are giving this before slash is exist or not. If exist, it will directly create this particular subfolder directly. And if this particular name what we are giving before slash, if doesn't exist, that folder by that name is not exist, it will create first this folder, this one, then it will create subfolder inside that folder. So let me show you the demo of this. So if the folder already exists, that is the test, and we are using -p, so -p check that particular test folder exists or not. So it exists, so it directly created subfolder 2. See, here it's created directly subfolder 2. But now the exact use of -p I gonna tell you is, if I do ls, so there is no folder with the name called Linux. As you can see, what I do is, if I do mkdir -p, I am creating this Linux folder, and -p will check this Linux folder is there or not first. If it's not there first, it will create this Linux folder, and inside that folder it will create sub Linux folder. So as soon as I enter and I do ls, see, before this Linux folder is not there, but now it's created. Now if I do ls-r to check the recursively what everything inside the folder, see, inside the Linux folder, sub Linux folder also created. So that is a use of -p option. Now if I run this command again with the -p only, so it will check that Linux folder exists. So yeah, Linux folder exists. So now I will changing the name from sub Linux folder to sub Linux folder 2. Now this sub Linux folder 2, if you can see here, it not exist. So -p will check that Linux folder, that is a main folder, exists. Yeah, it's exist. Then it will create only the subdirectory. Now as I already told you, there is one more option in the mkdir, that is v. So what we will do is, it show the verbose. Now what is the meaning of verbose is, verbose means when we are doing this particular, when we are running this particular command mkdir -p linux sub linux folder, so mkdir it's doing its work. That means it's creating this Linux folder also, it's creating this subdirectory or subfolder also, sub Linux folder, but all the things are in the background only. It will doing all the things in the background, it's not showing on the screen. So if you want to check on the screen, then we need to use this v option. V means verbose. So verbosely it will show us. So let me click on it. See, it's showing us now created a directory Linux subfolder Linux 2, and if I do ls-r, it will show, see, sub Linux folder 2 also created. So that is all about the mkdir command. So in the next video we're gonna discuss how we can remove that folders if the folder is not empty, if some files are there inside that particular folder, how we can remove. All the kind of things we discuss in the next video. If you like the video, please subscribe my channel, please like my channel, and if you have any doubts, please post your doubts in the comment box. I'm happy to help the comments, or like I am free to feel to ask me the questions over LinkedIn.